Yo, no maniacs. Welcome to the show. This is Nomad. This is Nomad Live, and this is a very, very special show for us because I'm getting the privilege of a lifetime. My pops, I just want to start off this way. My pops idolized this man like no other. I mean, and football is in my DNA. I was born into it. It became every part of my fiber. And Mr. Doug Plank's presence on the football field inspired my pops in a way that it trickled down to me and it shaped me fundamentally how I play football. It's all due to this man right here on the screen with us right here. I mean, it is absolutely a privilege to have you on here. I just wish my pops was here to see this because he would say, "Son, you finally made it." That's exactly how he would tell me exactly those words by seeing you on the screen with me. And so thank you, Doug Plank, for having just giving us some time and it's just an honor to be here. I don't want to get too tongue twisted about it, but welcome to the show. Appreciate you for being here.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I like what you guys are talking about. A lot of the concepts about bearing putting up with a losing team, one that's going nowhere, and at the end of the year, oh wait till next year, we're going to do this and that. It was is it frustrating as a fan? Try it as a player and know that it's not going to get significantly better. I played with some great players. I mean, Walter Payton, Gary Fencing, Dan Hampton. I didn't play with Richard, but just great players. So I really enjoyed it. But it's good for you guys to keep everybody accountable, and I appreciate you doing that.
No problem. And you know what? I'm gonna take the line of questions. I'm gonna ask questions that I know if my pops was here, he would want to ask you if he was sitting here. And it's do you think the style of defense that you guys ran back then, do you think there's a replica of that can be produced that can translate to today's game?
I think the closest was the San Francisco 49ers, in which they just fired their defensive coordinator. I don't know if you're trying to blame it on him. I think it's hard losing in those Super Bowls or NFC championships game and being right there, right on the threshold of greatness or success. And then all of a sudden something happens. But no, I don't think there's any Chicago Bear 46 defenses running around out there right now. I think it's more of that, let me touch you, let me grab you, let's do a dance. And then, when the dance is over, all these guys are going to do something with their arms like this. I don't know where, maybe there's some kind of motto going around the league. This is what you need to do after you have a great play. No, I used to hit people. And you don't have to be great to be a lover of hitting. And so I've never claimed to be anybody except who I was. I loved and really enjoyed running into people as full speed as I could, whether they were looking at me or not. It didn't matter. The toughest part of what I did was mental, not physical. It was convincing yourself you were going to run into this huge human being, and it's not going to hurt. And you're gonna provide a lot of punishment and headaches and bruises. So eventually that person you're competing against is going to just give up.
So I always because of you and the way my pops, kind of molded me and you being that physical person on the football field, it definitely translated to me. In high school I was always a physical kid, it's just physical for no darn reason most of the time. But then it carried with me, through high school. And then when I went to college, when the level of competition went up, when the players got bigger and, you got to tackle a 240-pound fullback coming out of the backfield because I was a DB. And so that was really my first time hitting someone that big and ran that fast. And that's the first time I ever had serious pause about hitting someone. It didn't change the way I played the game, but I tell you right now, I'm as physical as they come, but it gave me pause. When was it the first time for you that who was that guy that you ran into and what level really gave you? You had to have run into a guy like that.
You know what? My first day at Ohio State, everyone was trying to prove each other was no good, and they were they were the best. So we started with what was called a walk-through practice. A walk-through practice means you have your helmets on, and that's it. T-shirts, shorts, shoes, tennis shoes, and you're out walking now on the AstroTurf at Ohio Stadium. I went to Ohio State. It just progressed and got more and more dangerous and aggressive. And someone hit me in my leg, and I knew it wasn't right. And what he did was he not only hit me, he grabbed a hold of my leg as he was going down to the ground and like an alligator started rolling. And I heard this pop, pop, pop in my knee. I had torn cartilage, suffered ligament damage. And the second day at Ohio State, I was getting operated on. And that I'm glad that happened to me, because after that day, I was never the same player. Anybody that came near me or I was near them, they were going down. Don't get near me. I don't want to hear anything. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. No, I was in the takedown mode. And everybody, whether it was a lineman, running back, I didn't care. I enjoyed hitting people, looking at me and not looking at me, because I'd love to see them go flying through the air. And that's why I loved football. I didn't necessarily even have to win the game to enjoy myself, because Gary Fensick and I, we developed our own little core later. Once we got together with the Bears, we would have contests with tackles, interceptions, forced fumbles, knocking guys out. I mean, that was a category too, knocking guys out. And we wouldn't celebrate till we wouldn't celebrate in front of the player or the TV camera. We got back to the huddle, and man, we're high-fiving each other. It was great. It was the most fun I've ever had as a human being in my life.
I'm listening to you, and you describe myself, man. I enjoyed practice. I enjoyed the games, every part of it. I mean, I miss everything when it comes down to football. The smell of the locker room, unfortunately, the smell of the sweaty pads, all of it. The camaraderie in the locker room. And people tell me all the time, I got guys that retired from the league, and I talk to them all the time, and it's every one of them. It's like the camaraderie in the locker room. That's what you miss the most. It's that kinship that you build in there. So what was it like in the locker room with those bunch of guys? And is that a big thing for you too?
You know what? When we lost games, mostly the defense, and I'm not criticizing our defense. I'm sorry, our offense. We did have Walter Payton on there, the greatest running back maybe of all time. I don't know. He was strong. He could run. He could throw. He could tackle. When we threw interceptions, Walter Payton made the tackle 90% of the time. You know why he did? Because he wanted to. He wanted to go hit somebody.
Exactly.
And he was powerful, man. That dude, my first rookie season, they had no scheme for putting players together in roommates in the dorm. So they said, oh, let's do it by alphabetical order. Guess what? Peyton Plank. You know what? I played with the only two times Heisman Trophy winner, Archie Griffin, at Ohio State. In one practice, when I saw Walter Payton run, throw, blast people, he could do anything. He could block. He could tackle. But he wasn't at Ohio State. He was at Jackson State, I believe.
Right.
And, they don't get on national television. They don't go to Rose Bowls. We did. And I'll say this for Ohio State. It trained me to be ready for get ready for the NFL, because most of that team was getting drafted every year anyway. So it was a huge benefit for me to get my butt kicked for 4 years at Ohio State practices, because, it really got me ready for what I was going to encounter in the NFL.
And you know what? I think the level of talent at Ohio State and those major universities, I believe 100% will prepare you for the next level. Most of those guys you're going to see there. But you know what I'm interested in? You guys went to a training camp in what's the name of that town up there?
Well, yeah, the one they that my the year first my rookie year they went down south in Illinois, southern Illinois. They went to some small college, but mine was the first year that they decided they were going to stay inside the limits of the Chicago area, and it was a really well-to-do suburb called Lake Forest, up on the Lake Michigan, and that's where we practiced at Lake Forest College, and it's funny because there was no security. If you wanted to come and walk your dog or cat or whatever around our practice, you could do it anytime you wanted, even during the year. Well, we're getting ready to play the Green Bay Packers. Oh, wow, we got some secret plays. No, the lady that walked around here with the dog and cat probably had a camera, watched us what we were doing. I'm telling you, it was like a joke. It was a joke. Even when it was like cold out. I mean, it's snowing, sleeting. You can't even see grass. It's all ice. We still are out there practicing in that freezing cold weather just because the coach said this will get you ready, to play with all the elements, especially if you go to Green Bay. I'm thinking, come on, coach, can't we go inside a little bit and try to maybe get some footing so we could actually run a pass play instead of run with Walter? And it's still fun. I mean, I don't care what temperature it is, how hot, whether it rains or snows. When you light somebody up out there, and I'm not saying cheap shot them, they see you coming. How can I, my point is, when I was getting accused of being a cheap shot player, how is that? Either I led the team in tackles or Gary Fencing did the most of the years that we were there. And I was the least penalized player my first 3 years. How can I be a cheap shot player when I don't even get penalized? Right. You know what it is? Nobody liked getting really hit hard. And that's one thing I did.
And that is the defining. My pops had these VHS tapes, and he'd make me sit after practice and watch those VHS tapes, man. And you were lining people up. And I mean, I'd have to take that out on the field, or I'm have to watch some more Doug Plank VHS tapes if I don't. And so this is me in grade school, middle school, high school, all the way on up until I went to college. I had to deal with that until my game became something that was similar to what you did. And I'm telling you, I mean it when I say you are absolutely an influence on my life, man. If my father hadn't run into you being a Chicago Bear, I don't know what that might have been, the dynamics between us. And I'm telling you, you became a part of my game. But you know what's important? I think so many times the locker room conversations get left out in these conversations we have with you guys.
Yep.
What kind of good locker room stories could you tell us that you've never said?
Well, some of them, most of the guys are walking around either nude or with jock straps on. So that's quite a feat right there. Just, viewing that scenery. These are big men. They're scary looking. Some of them don't shave. Some of them have long hair. I had long hair. But here's what I really liked about it. And you touched on this earlier. When you did something in the game that was a sacrifice of your body for somebody else, whether you took out a blocker, you knocked down this Earl Campbell that came through the hole. Somebody had a hold of his ankle and you came in and cleaned him up. And after the game is over or whatever, and it's a win, you go back to that locker room and you sit down and you start taking an accounting of all the bruises and stuff like that you got. But that pales in comparison to the fact that you counted on each other and won a game. And somebody in that locker room did something amazing for you. They came up and they wiped out all the blockers. So you came up and all you had to do was tackle the runner, a receiver, or whatever the case. But that dude in front of you, Steve McMichael or Dan Hampton or Mike Hartenstein, whoever it was, they laid out. I mean, they took a beating. And it even during the game, and I know you guys know this, you go back to the huddle sometimes after plays like that, half the guys in the huddle are crying. They're crying tears of joy. Now, I never experienced tears of joy when I was growing up. My dad believed in the belt. the 2x4, whatever. If we did anything bad, even, do something wrong at dinner, eat some piece of food or something we shouldn't eat, that doesn't matter. We're getting lit up, me and my two brothers, just because they were there. That's what I didn't understand, that philosophy. How in the heck can you get beat when you didn't do anything wrong? You were just in the area.
That happened to me quite a few times in my life. That's called good rearing. That's a
Yes.
good fear factor. A fear factor is one stage that needs to be there in any upbringing of a child. There needs to be some fear in that young person.
I'll tell you, one of the worst times I got beat was the first time I wrecked my dad's car. And I was on the phone, and he goes, "Is it true you ran the car, or whatever? You wrecked the car, you ran over somebody, or not somebody, ran into a fence and beat up another car, and then eventually ended up at a telephone pole?" I go, "Yeah, that's what happened." And so that was 16 years old. So I came home, and I remember I still got spanked. It's just, he goes, I go, "What was that for?" He goes, we don't have a car now. There's no car. It's not like these days where you just get on there and rent another car. I don't think we even had a renter. I lived in a town of 3,500 people. There was no rental cars. You either had a car or you didn't have a car. And I think he had to borrow his uncle's car, brother's car, or something like that. But you just, those kind of situations give us the opportunity to be the people that we are today. And I feel for the younger generation right now, because whether it's football, sports, activities, schoolwork, whatever the case might be, I just don't think that there's that concentration and commitment to the lives that we all had and what we were going to do and what we were willing to sacrifice to make that happen. I don't see it happening. And gone are the days that, the roving linebackers or safeties or whatever. Growing up in Pittsburgh, they had the steel curtain and, Joe Green. I mean, it was fun watching it. Just, I didn't even care if they won, because there was so much entertainment in watching that defense. By the time the game was over, I go, that was amazing. I don't even care who won.
Exactly.
Bodies were flying. Helmets were getting knocked off. The Immaculate Reception, that was still a big play and hit and all that kind of stuff. And it was just believe in the play. Believe whatever else happens at the beginning of that play, if you stay with it and everybody is on assignment, something good is going to happen. And I think that play said it all right there.
I know we only had 20 minutes with you, which is not near enough time. Mr. Plank, I hope one day you come back, but I cannot let you leave without impressing upon you one more time. Just thank you for being you as a football player and being an absolute menace on that football field and shaping and transforming me into the football player that I became out there. And I just want to thank you. And this comes
from Nomad. Let me interrupt you. Let's let Brandon get here just for a second. I know he's sitting over there itching to get in and talk to Doug too.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
Well, Doug, first of all, I want to thank you for answering the call. And our paths crossed because of helping Mongo out and that. Yes. And when we interviewed and did a couple things, you had some really great stories about picking up a hitchhiker on the way to Lake Forest, and then so many great, and then the steakhouse, and so many great stories that I could sit and listen to you read out of a phone book in a phone booth, and I'm a big guy, so I don't know how that would work out logistically, but I just want to thank you for coming on, and I just have just a really quick question. What did it mean to you when you finally heard? I mean, we all knew that he would get in, and it's been a long time coming now. But what did it mean for you, teammate and longtime friend, to hear that Mongo was finally inducted into the Hall of Fame?
You know what? I love Mongo, because if I would light somebody up, knock their helmet off, knock them out or whatever, Mongo was the first guy over to me to give me a big hug and say, "Man, way to go. Way to go." He was another guy that thirsted for activity and engagement, hitting, knocking other guys out like nobody else. And every time I would hit somebody or watch him, it was just he just enjoyed it so much. And I mean, what a terrible thing to happen to him. Fortunately, he's got great people around him, his wife and friends, and there was nobody ever going to be like Steve McMichael. I don't care, because he was a great football player. There's many football players, but you not married with that attitude to that personality. That makes him like something else. I mean, he belonged in a Hall of Fame years before this because of who he was and all the things that he did afterwards. I mean, what organization wouldn't want someone like him to be on their team and just spread that kind of goodwill amongst the players and the staff and everybody? I mean, he did everything. He made head coaches laugh at practice, and I never saw that happen before to anybody. And it was such a great time. I didn't get to play on the Super Bowl team, but you know what? I can't imagine having any more fun than I did in the 8 years that we were playing for the Chicago Bears. And no, we didn't win the games, but I'll tell you what, if it was a battle and you had swords instead of a football, we would have won every battle.
It's just a bunch of tough guys, man.
Hey, really quick, can you tell them, speaking of swords, can you tell them the quick story about how Samurai Warrior got his name? I love this. Samurai Mike?
Yeah, he's, the first thing, I'll just say this about, Samurai Mike, obviously, he was a special guy. He was not afraid to hit people. I'll just say this. Mike Singletary, we're talking about here. And, it's like when he was on that field, I think he just became another person. It was somebody else. And, people say, okay, he's Samurai Mike because he was a crazy guy that, used to go around and smash people and almost kill them. No. When Mike Singletary first got to the National Football League and he went in a huddle and he was trying to give a signal like Buddy Ryan had told him in practice, Mike Singletary went into some sort of a mode that I've never seen before. And I reckoned it to being a samurai because he would get in the huddle and goes, we would have no idea what he just said. And now here's the offense coming to the line of scrimmage, and we're still in the huddle. And Mike's going, Mike Singletary started on a Monday night game against the Detroit Lions. I believe that was in 82 or 83. We got beat like 47-7. We had no defense that night because Mike would come in and he went. So when Buddy Ryan said, "What happened out there, Doug?" I told Buddy, I said, that guy was a friggin' samurai warrior that got to that huddle and had no idea what to even talk. It's coming out of his mouth. He was so enthralled with being on that field Monday night, playing the Lions. He just took over. Something took over his brain, his mind. And so I said, he's like a samurai. And that name stuck with Mike. And it stuck for a couple of reasons because he truly was a samurai later in his career. He became a samurai. Listen, he would do anything. He would die for the Chicago Bears. You couldn't ask for a better linebacker. He's calling the plays out before they even happened. I mean, he studied and studied and studied. Here's what happened though. He the next weekend after the Lions, after we got beat like we got crushed, the general manager came down, and I was privy to this, and I'm not going to tell you how, but I heard the general manager tell Buddy Ryan, Mike Singletary is starting next week. I don't care what kind of game he had, whether he was a samurai or not, he is going to start the next week against the San Diego Chargers. Dan Fouts, they got the best, highest scoring offense in the league. Mike Singletary is going to be starter. So, we kick off the first play of the game. Here's Dan Fouts. Of course, he runs a pass play. That's what Dan Fouts does. They don't huddle for the second play. They line up again. They're going to run another pass. Mike Singletary, the new samurai, panicked, and he called timeout. And he went to the sidelines. Mike had just started. First time he started, He had about 50 people in his family that came to the game. All of a sudden, Mike Singletary gets to the sideline. Buddy Ryan goes, "Who called timeout? What are you doing over here?" He goes, "Coach, they didn't line up. They called time. You know, they're going to run another play. I needed to call timeout to come over here and talk to you." He goes, "No friggin', Phil, whatever word you want to use there. No friggin' rookie is going to call timeouts on my team. Sit your buttocks, whatever you can imagine what the next word was, on the bench now. Get going." That's the last play that Mike Singletary played the rest of the day. And we ended up beating the Chargers with Dan Fouts using the 46 defense. So that's it. That name Samurai stuck. But you know what? Over a few games, Mike Singletary took that name and made it something else. He made it literally a name that the moment you heard it, look out, because you're imagining this middle linebacker coming at you 2 feet off the ground like a lawnmower, and he's going to clean up everything he hits.
Mr. Plank, I appreciate you for coming here so much, and I'm just gonna finish what I started by telling you how much I really, really admire and appreciate your football life and what it did to shape mine. And just in the spirit of my pops, I just want to tell you thank you from him. And I mean, that love for the game that exudes through your spirit, that lives in me right now, and it's going to live in everybody that comes after me. So don't think it's ever going to go anywhere, because it's a spirit that's out there, man. You know, just thank you for being a menace out there on that field, forcing me to become one. And it felt like I was getting away with some criminal acts out there because of watching Doug Plank out there. And I'm just going to say thank you one more time. Thank you for coming to the show, and you're welcome back at any time. So,
all right. No, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. You guys are great personalities. And like I said, even before I got on the show, I love the topics you guys were at. It was right on target. I mean, it was like thinking like, you know, you were on the field, like you guys have already been on the field. And, you know, it's hard to explain what it's like to be a football player if you've never been there. And I feel bad for women. I know there's some girls now that do the kick and stuff like that. But, man, when you're out there sharing those challenges with your teammates, it's amazing. It's unforgettable.
It's a part of my life that I have fond memories and dreams about it all the time. My football career is long over, but man, oh man, that was my first love before I ever loved a girl, and it'll always be number one in my heart. I just love it, love to do it, love to talk about it, and just love having you here, man. You're an icon here. You'll always be an idol to us, man. You're welcome back at any time.
Thank you. Will do. Oh, believe me, I'll be glad to be back.
I'll be glad to have you back. Thank you, Mr. Plank.
Take care, guys.
You too. That was Doug Plank. Let's bring in the rest of the fellas, man, because we got the guys hanging out in the back room. I'm getting a feedback. Is that Brandon?
I think that's Brandon. Brandon, you don't have to have any earbuds, or are you using your phone?
I lost my I lost my internet, so I emergency went to my phone, but I'm done now. So, hey, fellas, thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure. It was great to hear Doug, and I like that bear flag back there, man. Nice bear flag.
Hey,
hey, Brandon, I want to let you know, man, I appreciate you, and thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for facilitating Doug being here. If I could have tackled Nomad just for a second, I would have, but we're in 2 different states. I know he got carried away there. He was like a runaway train.
What happened? What, you want to ask a question?
No, man. I was good. I just wanted to make sure Brandon got in and tell him thank you.
It was a feedback. I didn't think he was ready. I would have been got him in there.
Did it sound better when I came back, or is it still
No, what it is that you're on your phone. Do you have an iPhone?
I do.
Okay, it should be, if we turn on the noise canceling, that's technical stuff, man. The next time we'll deal with it beforehand. I know when you lost your internet, that played a big role in it. So
yeah,
but
usually
yeah,
I'm on Usually I'm on my laptop, so it's never been a problem. We lost internet in the house at the last minute, and I wanted to make sure I was here for Nomad because this is the first show I've ever brought any of these guys onto because I know you guys can facilitate the greatness that they deserve, and I've got a couple. Nomad and we've been cooking, man. We got some surprises for you guys. So
I know you do. I know you do, man. Well, I think of myself.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Brandon, man. That was a privilege to be able to do that, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
I'll holler at you, man.
Hey, whatever
Thanks,
you guys
Brandon.
do in this mock draft, try to keep Fields for me, okay?
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right. Bear down, guys. See ya.
All right,
Bear
bear
down.
down, bro.
All right, hey Samo, this turn J2K had some things changed with him, and so he's gonna probably do one. I think next week. Did he say, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, so Samo, since this is your show, you want to commandeer the mock draft for?
Oh man, that's what J2K. You pulled another one on me, J2K.
No, he just wasn't able to do it.
Yeah,
So we're definitely gonna have him on next Monday, man.
All right.
I got to pop out for a second, y'all. But go ahead, man.
All righty.
All right.
Man, was that not cool though, man? Doug Plank.
Wow,
yeah.
bro.
Believe me, I was itching to get in and talk to him because you know what, I was watching those games. I remember when he came in as a rookie with Peyton and Mike Hartenstein and Roland Harper, seventh round pick. So there was some great names in that draft, man. That was also Jack Party's first year coaching, and so that touched on my childhood, man. I was like 13 years old when he came to the league. So
the human Scud missile.
Oh man, seeing them golden locks coming out from under. He had long hair and long blonde hair coming out of that helmet, man. And he was knocking. He was a harder hitter than anybody on the team. I mean, they gave him and Gary Fensick the Hitman, but he was the original Hitman. He was knocking people out. So. Yeah, that was a real pleasure, man, to have him on the show.
Remember when he tackled Earl Campbell that time, man?
Man,
he laid Earl Campbell out. Nobody could believe it, bro.
He was one of the few. I mean, we always see Earl Campbell running over Isaiah Robertson for the Rams, in that play where they tore his helmet, tore his jersey off, and he ran him over. But didn't seem to work that way with Plank.
No.
And he wasn't that. I mean, you could see he wasn't that big of a dude, man. He was just careless with his body. I mean, that dude, he was knocking people out, man, and just a great part of. I mean, whenever you get an entire defense named after your number, you're doing something right. So, Samo, how you doing, baby?
All good, baby. All good. We're gonna make something happen tonight. Shout out to Doug Plank and everyone who was watching him during that time, man. I'm not as familiar with Dougie, but I do know that he was a hitter back in the day. But I'm not as familiar with him as you all are. And I'm glad that you all had a good opportunity to get a good interview in with that man. He seems really excited too. Like he's excited and he knows who he is and what he meant to to the league, and and the way that he played is the way that football should be played. And that level of physicality is missed right now. But hey, let's move on to these Bears and see what we're gonna do with this mock draft situation. I don't know what you guys want to do.
All right, man. Let's do this, Samo. All right. Pretend that you just entered free agency. We're just gonna say it verbally instead of actually going there, and just imagine where you struck at free agency. Who did you go after? What position? Let's just preface it that way.
And if you need an assistant GM, I'm over here to help you, bro.
And let me add this, Samo. There is now the Arizona trade is no longer available, but there is a Washington trade. I don't know if you were aware of that, sir.
No, so I've been using a different app I was going to present to you all, and where I can get exactly what I want from Washington in that situation. I was actually doing a mock draft as we were doing this show right now, but I'll present that later. So preseason, free agency. let's see. What did we do? We went and got a center. We went and got Lloyd Cushenberry, man. We went and got one of the best centers who was available. I think that we don't want to mess around with that position. We're going to get the best guy available, and I think that Lloyd Cushenberry would be the best guy available. That's first and foremost. Since we're going to go ahead and re-sign your boy,
JJ.
JJ. We're going to go ahead and re-sign JJ, of course.
Wise
And
decision. Wise decision.
as opposed to signing a big money free agent in for the defensive line, we're going to double dip. We're going to get Jonathan Grignard from Houston Texans, who's a body type fit, can hold the edge, and he can rush the passer. 9-sack guy last year, young ascending player. We're gonna pick him up, and we're also gonna pick up Dorrance Armstrong.
I knew it. I knew it.
We're gonna double dip with those two guys.
Look at
because
you.
we can get those two guys a little bit cheaper than we can for spending for one of these high caliber guys that's already established. We got two young ascending players.
Both of them
That's
6 years old, right?
both of them about 6 years old, and we can get those guys on deals that are less than $10 million each a year on an annual. So that's going to work out. And as far as center goes, we're going to go with familiarity. Can't even think of his name right now. The one from the Colts, Julian Blackman.
Julian Blackman at safety. That's a good call.
At safety, we will take Julian Blackman at safety. We don't want to overspend because there's a lot of depth, a lot of good players. We're going to double dip, of course, and draft one. But Julian Blackman will be able to compete for the starting position, and we'll, get another guy as well. So that's the offseason. That's what free agency looked like. We got center and Cushenberry. We got Dorrance Armstrong. We got Jonathan Grinnard. We got Julian Blackman. So we got edge sold up. We got and we're gonna get Noah Font. We got to get a tight end. I knew it was something I was missing. That's why I just went through that. Noah Font will be signed as a tight end.
I can actually see all of that happening.
Yeah, I mean we have the capital for that, so that's all doable. And none of those guys break the bank. And they're all younger, ascending players or great role players. So I think that we're better at each position with these guys than we were last year. So that's where we'll move forward from there. So we got our center in Cushenberry. We got our edge rushers, right? In in Dorrance Armstrong and Jonathan Grinnard. We got our tight end in Noah Font. We got our safety in Julian Blackman. So that's 5 players, 5 guys. We all set. Free agency is done. And we can go into the draft.
Ready to get it cracking?
Yes, sir.
All righty, sir. As you can see, trade
the one I
offers
want.
already. That's the one you want.
Hey, we don't got to look at nothing else. Go.
You don't want to look at that else?
No.
All right. We now on the second pick.
I got to see.
Caleb. Here. Oh,
I want that too. That's what I wanted to look like.
Oh, the dream scenario.
hey, we did this earlier.
Generational haul.
We did this earlier, and this didn't happen. This is the best case scenario.
Oh my!
Hey, man, I want to do this one.
I want that.
Hey, no.
Wait.
Wait.
Samo's connection is going bad.
Hey, that's because I set us up in free agency, man.
There you go. You're right. All right.
Hold on. This pick, he's got 334, 68, and
We about to go crazy, boy.
Okay. Well, now let's assume they're not going to take. Oh, there it is.
Oh, you knew they were gonna take. I'm good. We're gonna go ahead and
Oh
take
yes.
We're not gonna take
go.
that.
Keith, he's not going to take it.
I'm not gonna take that because I want to go ahead and get the consensus best player in the draft, the absolute generational talent. We're gonna go ahead and take them, man.
Let's see what we got.
Get no off then.
Pick again at 9:34. So we got 3 second rounders there and an 2 early third rounders. That's crazy. Okay, who'd you say you wanted, Brock Bowers?
Hey, time out. I just want to know in the chat, is this as fun for y'all as it is for us doing this? Because this is fun to me, man. I just enjoy doing this stuff, man.
Somebody say yes, Joe Alt.
I told you.
Jay Grizz, he Nomad started that.
You sure you don't want
JJ McCarthy?
JJ McCarthy, you want him right there? All right, here we go. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the pick.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got him. Neighbors went after him.
Yeah, as you should.
All right.
Look, the Falcons took Jalen Day. This is almost accurate.
Yeah.
Who they trying to get here? Who they trying to get?
That's too far. That's too far down. Hold on, let's look. 23, 59. That's a long fall too.
That's a long
27. Look, Arizona trying to get back up now.
You get 27 and 35 though.
Yeah,
that's 35.
Well,
35 is a good. That's almost a first rounder.
Well, what you want to do? You want to look at your
look at
your big board.
Look at the board. Let me see.
All right.
Let's go. Go to edge rusher. Go to you know what? Go to offensive lineman real quick.
I know you finna do. Get Talise. Go and do it, man.
Man, come on, man.
I already know where your mind is. I already know where your mind is.
You got a monster there.
I'm thinking I'm gonna take Talise, but let me see who I'm
gonna
take Talise just because. All right, we're gonna get into this situation, and that's the only thing that makes sense after what I did in free agency. That's what makes sense to do. Look at
Chris. You're already trying to swim.
I love Jerry
What, man?
Always trying to
Jerry
swim.
too. I like somebody else better than Jerry Verse too, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take Talise Fuaga.
Talise Fuaga at 16. Here he goes.
Good pick, man. He's doing exactly what I would be doing right now. They wouldn't have been my first.
Calm down.
Somebody's gonna fall.
Yeah, somebody gonna fall. And he's gone.
Oh, Brian Thomas is gone. What's your next pick?
34.
34 coming up.
Ooh, here's more offers. 63.94 in a second next year for 34 and 6.
Nah. That's too
44 in a second. Go drop 10 spots.
Nope. That's next year. I'm thinking about this year. We can
all right.
Shut that down. Let's see what we got here. Nope. I'm not thinking of him. I'm thinking someone. I think someone is better than him, man. Somebody's elevated themselves on my board. Yes, Mr. Robinson, you are now a Chicago Bear.
All righty.
Darius Robinson is going to be our 3 tech, by the way.
Okay. Now there's some more offers. 45 and a third for 36.
No, they didn't do anything this year.
Drop down to 81, pick up 81, 82, a second and third next year for 36 and a fourth rounder next year.
Oh, that's Boo Boo the Fool right there. No, sir.
All right. Well,
we're going to go ahead and get our safety. We're going to get this safety, man. This dude is amazing. Hold on. What's my next pick? Hold on now.
Your next pick is at 40. You got 4 more picks after this. Here, let's take a look real quick. 36, 40, and then you'll go to 67 and 68.
All right, so this is hard. Now, this is what I'm thinking. So, go to wide receiver. That's the Xavier word. Let me see who else is available at wide receiver real quick. All right, he's gone. No, he's there. Okay.
Who?
Leggett is still there. Okay.
He's falling to 72 for some reason on this board.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna go ahead and take Cam Kitchens right here, man.
Cam Kitchens.
Yeah, that dude is a legit safety. I was watching something today on him, man, about how he studies tape, and now I'm sold on him. Been going back and forth between him and Tyler Newman about who's the better fit. But
even though you picked up Julian Blackman.
Yeah, even though I picked up Julian Blackman, man, that just gives us some depth. You know what I'm saying?
All right, here it goes. Drafting Cam Kitchen, safety from Miami. Picking again. Oh,
Leonard Taylor.
59 in the second for 40.
Maybe
what about 72, a second and a sixth?
No. Nope. All right, so now we got options. You got a lot of options. Scroll down here.
Oh,
Let's see. Yep, you know it. Let me see here. So there, I got what 40, then 67, right? Yes, you know
you
I'm
got
gonna go ahead.
40, you got 47, and then 67 to 68. Oh, I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
clicked on
you
that
know who I
accidentally,
wanted.
Nomad.
You
Look
know
at
who I wanted.
Oh man, who you want,
Yeah,
Trey Benson?
yes, sir.
You sure
I
I
gotta
can't
take.
talk you out of it?
Can't talk me out of that one. That's
All
the
right,
one I want.
let's do it then.
That's the
Trey
guy.
Benson, special back, guys. Trey Benson's the best running
All
back in.
around that. All around.
He's going, and Barlissimo said it early. He is going to be a problem.
Yep.
Raylan Allen is too.
Braylon Allen is, I think, Ray. I'm surprised Barlissimo. I didn't see early what happened earlier, but he didn't take Ray Davis.
Man,
What did
he was Barlissimo trying to kill me about Ray Davis and didn't even
And Ray
draft.
Davis is nice. Like Barlissimo
ooh
made me go look
ooh
at him. He
ooh
is a
ooh
dog.
ooh! Look!
Yeah, I like the tight end there.
Uh,
I like that tight
Mm,
end there. You know,
hey,
I like him a
hey,
lot.
Keith, I ain't gotta say nothing. Me and Sam be on the same wavelength all the
You
time.
already know I like. I want. You know, I want Jatavian Sanders. You know, I
You don't
want
want to
him.
look no further?
No, I'm gonna take him. I got to pick right back to back, so I
Sure.
can look
I mean,
afterwards.
Will Shipley's right there for you.
Yeah, I'll get him later. He'll be there.
Tavion. All right. An offer should be coming in. Oh, 85 and a third for 68 and a six next year.
nope.
That's
No
terrible.
good.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I don't blame you. Don't give her to your
Now,
third
this
round
is
picks.
where it gets interesting. This is where we start looking at best players available. Let's look interior offensive lineman right now.
Offensive
'Cause we got all of our needs, and then also look at defensive end. I love Dominic Pooney, but I also love Christian Mahogany because
Yeah.
of he can play center
Yes, sir.
and play guard. I'm gonna
Yes,
wait and I'm
sir.
gonna get Christian Mahogany because I really like him a lot, man. And
You want to look at
and
centers?
there's that BC connection. Nope, don't want to look at centers. Go to edge again.
Go to
Let me just see
edge.
something. Go to edge. I just want to see if
Man,
somebody.
I'm a lot more committed than the last time we did this.
All right,
He
now
should.
that guy.
He got that Washington trade. I would be too.
Yep. All right, nah, he's not there. I just want to see what happened with Adisa Isaac. That's another dude
Oh
I can watch.
wait. Yeah, he's gone.
That dude is gonna be a problem, man. Watch some more of him.
Let me just say something, Samo. I don't think you addressed the interior D line in free
So
agency, did you?
I didn't, but this is what I was going. If you go to my draft picks, Mister Darius Robinson is going to be
Yeah,
moved to the interior. I think
you're
that
not gonna
dude
play
is
him on
going to
the
be.
edge at all.
He can play both. He can. We can push him on the edge, but we getting him to
If
play three tech. I think that dude is going to be a monstrous three tech.
You
he's
can
here,
use him like Michael Bennett, where you played
Yeah.
outside and inside.
Yep, I can move him around. Yep, I can bounce him outside, bring him inside. So that makes me comfortable with where we are with the on the interior alignment. But I do also like Rook. I like Rook a lot here.
Who?
Orohoro.
Very good. You didn't do bad. A row.
Orohoro. Go to cornerbacks. You know, we looked at corners, and you know, some guys that you can't pass up. That's the guy we didn't do, Chris Abram Daines. He's pretty good.
Kalen King has fallen too. He was up near
Kalen
the top.
King he should be a lot lower, to be
There
honest.
go,
Kalen
Is he
King.
boo boo?
there go Kyrie Jackson.
Kyrie Jackson, I'm gonna wait on him. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna end up getting Kyrie Jackson. I'm gonna wait on him.
Don't wait too long, brother.
What picks I got? 68. What do I pick out the 68, Chris?
68, you go to 75, 7 picks away, then you're 103, 110, 142. I'm sorry, 122, then 142.
we got half a draft to go.
You got half a draft to go, but I got a few players that I like. So let's think about what position, who has an opportunity to really help the team right now. Like at 68, I should get a player that's gonna help the team right now. Let's look at wide receiver again. Or the wide
Good,
receiver.
good call, my friend.
Uh, I love that's another dude, man. People sleeping on Jamari Thrash, man. That dude, he's nasty. I really like him.
6'1",
Johnny Wilson,
185.
man, he is nice.
He's
He is
a slim
smooth. No, he kind of reminds me of what's old boy in Brendan Ayuk. He might be a little bit of Brendan Ayuk.
He's a slim reaper, man. That's what he is. He's a slim reaper.
Yeah, he is nasty. But I can get him a little bit later. Let me see. Is Malachi there? Malachi Cordial.
Malachi's gone. He's gone.
So
That's who I was. That's who I was looking for, Sam.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, Jalen Polk tougher than people think he is too.
Polk is tough, but I don't know about him, man. He don't. I like him, but I don't love him.
Corley was the first pick in the second round. Man, he went way high.
That's about right. I can believe that. I can believe that's going to happen because that dude is nasty with the ball.
Scroll down that list of receivers. Who else is on the list?
I like Malik Washington, but he's so small. I love Ricky Persall. I'm gonna wait and pick up Ricky Persall. Ricky Persall is. I'm gonna wait and pick up Ricky Persall with 103 or something.
Hey, Sam, I'm gonna tell you somebody that's a sleeping MF in here.
Who's that?
That dude from Alabama, Jermaine Burton.
Jermaine Burton is nice. But yeah,
he's way down. He's way down.
Way down, yeah. But Ricky Persall is nice. He is a big slot. He's a big body slot receiver, nasty route runner. It's kind of physical. I think the Bears fandom would love him. So I'm gonna wait and pick up Ricky Persall, which puts me in a hard position. I think this is where the Bears are gonna end up in like a hard, tough position to figure out, who to take if we got all this capital. Like who do we target right here?
Well,
do we pick up a Bucky Irvin and double dip on Ryan? I think I will.
Because you got to think about special teams too now.
I ain't mad at you for that.
I don't think I'm gonna double dip and pick up a Bucky Irvin at running back, and now I have
two different types of backs.
Yeah, two different types of backs, and I have that 1-2 punch. However, and then I also have Roshan Johnson as well, and that other guy, he's gonna end up not making the team, but it'll be fun.
Well, you're adding weapons, brother.
I'm gonna I'm gonna take the weapon in, but
Bucky Irvin is now a Chicago Bear.
Chi-town, come home.
And look at here, you're picking again. They just took Rook. Oh,
wait a minute, pause, fellas, pause. Did that surprise y'all that Plank was watching our content and he likes the the themes of the shows? That surprised me.
He did say something about the themes of the shows, yeah.
Hey, ain't that Plank? I thought we always see Plank in there.
It might be. It might be.
Hey, actually, Plank, he commented that he was he was at work and he snuck away from his job just to watch, man. I love. Hey, Plank's one of my faves, man. That brother is loyal.
We got something for Plank, man. Once we start putting merchandise on the market, Plank.
Plank,
if you're watching this right now, make sure you put your address in the email, man, and we're gonna get you something nice.
Go to see what the next offer is. Let's see.
85 for a third and a fifth.
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
I'm like barely.
I pick at 103 after this. I'm gonna pick up Ricky Persall at 103.
75 now. Interested in a linebacker?
Jeff K's in trouble at work right now too.
Nah, we're not gonna get a linebacker, Chris. Not gonna get a linebacker this
time. Generational.
Take a nap, man.
Man, I took a nap before I came on and had some warm milk. Now.
Go to defense again. Let's see. Go to corner again. No, let's just roll down this list and see.
Linebacker.
Hey, you know what, Tim Bears? I'm noticing.
I'm gonna take y'all. Now this is gonna blow y'all mind right now. I'm taking James Williams. Nope, I'm taking James.
That's a good draft.
Okay,
in both of those Miami safeties, and we got the whole Miami connection now with Stevenson. Yeah, we taking him. That's our hard hitter.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I definitely.
And we'll contribute on special teams. Absolutely.
Contribute on special teams.
James Williams is now a Chicago Bear.
Let's take him. Gonna get Persall the next pick, and then we're gonna take no. Let me see. I gotta see between him and Mahogany.
Hey, Jeff Payne wants you to recap your draft.
Let's put it up here. We'll put it up here for him.
Go ahead and shout it out in case he can't.
All right, number 3, we picked up Marvin Harrison via 2 trades. We got the Jags. Oh wait, this is the offer for the next pick. Yeah,
Nope.
They tripping.
yes. Yeah,
Nope.
they
Nope. Ain't got
yeah.
the right. Ain't got the nerve to ask for our. Ain't got the nerve to ask for our 142.
Yeah,
Right.
their numbers didn't add up. Let me recap for him though. We had made a couple of trades to get with Washington. They went and got the number 1 pick, and then we traded down with New England and picked up a Hall. All these players returned it. See, folks, this is why we are talking so adamantly about the Hall. Look at the players that we picked up just from those 2 picks, and we still got Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr.
And we got a first pick and a second pick for next year. First and second round pick for next year.
Talk
So
about
you
making
can't beat
that. Hey, Chris, talk about making that good old gumbo.
Exactly. Okay, with the 9th pick, we got Talise Fuaga, number 34, Darius Robinson, inside out on the line. 36, Cam Kitchens, probably going to be our new starting free safety. Number 40, the best back in the draft, Trey Benson. 67 was Tavion Sanders, who's probably behind Bowers as the best tight end. Bucky Irvin, probably the second best runner in the draft. And then James Williams, hybrid linebacker safety type for Miami. So we are now kicking with gas.
Go to wide receiver.
At the one you want? Did we look at the trade offers already? Yeah, we looked at that.
Yeah, they just that was trash. They trying to get
okay.
Go to wide receiver.
Yes, sir.
And we're looking at Ricky Persall. Yeah, we're gonna. Man, do I want Thrash or Persall, man?
That dude got.
I really like Persall.
Persall got some Cooper Cup vibes on him, man.
Man, yeah, I like Persall, man. Just his route running. I think in the slot he's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be a third down specialist. Yeah, man, we taking Ricky, man. Hold on, I can take him. Let's go see what the offensive guards look like. I want to see where Christian Mahogany is.
He's still there.
All right, I want to see which. I'm trying to see which of these guys should I pick first. I
Well,
don't
you
want
pick
to lose.
again in 7 picks now.
Yeah, but
and he's rated. Not that that means anything. He's rated at 130. Here, I'll run through everything real quick. Center, Bortolini's still there.
Yeah, if I lose on,
hey, there's your boy right there, still available.
I love Bell. Love Jaheim Bell. But, man, I really like Ricky Persall. I don't want to miss on him. Take Ricky Persall.
Ricky Pearsall. Where'd he go? There he is. Ricky Pearsall from Florida. You are now a Chicago Bear. All right, Johnny Dixon, Jaheim Bell, Javon Baker, Jamari Thrash, Jermaine Burton. Oh, looky there.
I told you.
Lost Mahogany.
That's what I said.
I thought it was going to happen. I thought we were going to miss him.
Yeah, but you got some options on the inside there. There's some other good players there.
What is this?
110. They want to give us 159, 169, 170, 177.
No.
That's a far drop. But if it was only 1 pick they wanted, I'd consider it. But
if it was 1 pick they wanted, maybe I would have considered it. But they want on 142. No.
Samo, you're gonna have to recap for Jeff Page. He didn't know who you got in free agency.
So in free agency, we got at
center Lloyd Cushenberry, edge Jonathan Greenard, Durant Armstrong, also an edge rusher. We got the safety Julian Blackman. We got Noah Fant, and who else did we get? We get a cornerback.
Nope, that was it. Just those.
That was it. Okay. This trade is no longer an option.
No, that's not.
All right.
How many picks we have left?
We have right now. I think we have 3 left.
3 picks. All right. I want to look at some guys. Go to
You look at trade offer again?
Nah, not the trade offer. That offer is not good.
I just got one.
I'd counter.
I just got one suggestion, Samuel.
What's that?
Justin Eboigbe.
Eboigbe? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can still target. That's where I want to go to these guys.
Out there.
Love Eboigbe. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to look at?
Go to offensive tackles real quick.
Offensive tackle. We have Rosengarten.
Yeah, Javon Foster is there. I might pick up Javon Foster with my last pick if he's still there.
That's a good pickup right there. He's still there? Damn.
I don't think I'm going to try to get him with that last pick that we have. I'm only going to pick these 3 players. I don't want to get too many more guys. I just want to pick the order in which I'm going to get these guys. Go back to guard and center. We got to pick a guard or center. We got to get someone for the interior offensive line. We have Talise Fuaga, but the thing is, all right, I don't know where we're gonna play him. I could put him on the inside. I could put him on the outside. You know, let's get.
Nomad wants to put him on the left, so he wants to protect the quarterback.
Who was that?
We're gonna see. We're gonna get him to camp and see exactly where we're gonna play him.
Wait a minute, who we talking about?
Talise Fuaga. I forgot we got Talise Fuaga.
We're gonna flip. Darnell, and then let him play naturally.
Yeah,
right.
He gives us a lot of options, man. I also like Isaiah Adams, man, but I don't know if he's athletic enough, man.
Zach Zenner would be higher, but he's coming off a broken leg. But clean break. They said he'd be ready before training camp.
Yeah, we might end up going with Zach. I think I'm gonna go with Zach Zenner.
You want to look at anybody else?
So we need 3 players. We're getting Zach Zenner. We're gonna look at the tight ends again and see if Bell is still there.
No,
Bell is still there.
My guy Wiley's there.
Wiley,
Theo Johnson, I got to look at Theo Johnson too. Barrelissimo gave me some info on him. He's big like Jared Wiley and can run.
And Holker is there.
J2K says Adams is athletic enough. Yeah, I like him. I see him moving guys, man. Might have to get him, man. We'll see. We'll see. Go to all. Let's try to figure this out, man. So this is the situation. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? Right now. Let's find where
you called the Boygby too, remember? You called his house.
Let's find where he's ranked. Let's find where he's ranked to make sure we don't miss out on him.
He's down way farther than what he should be.
Yeah, I think he'll be I just want to make sure we get him in this draft. He's at 150 or something. I just saw him at like 150 something.
Oh yeah, he's right there. I'm sorry.
152. All right, we're gonna definitely pick up the Boygby. But let's look at quarterback real quick. If we're keeping Justin Fields,
need a backup.
Let's get a really good backup, man. Is Travis? Nope, Travis is not there.
Jason Bean, according to Bellissimo.
Jason Bean.
He already playing in the same system.
Dante Culpepper.
Yeah. Joe Milton. Yeah, I like Milton too. Big arm.
Big body.
Yep. Yeah.
Development, man. He's gonna need, but it's gonna be worth it if you can get him.
Yeah, I think Joe Milton. We can get him with that last pick, man.
Okay, so you want the guard now?
Yeah, let's get our guard now.
And we're gonna skip over tight end because you got one, right?
We're gonna skip over.
All right, let's go back.
Well,
let's go down and see. Coleman is the top ranked one on there, but we got Bordolini can probably play both. I know.
Yeah, I like Bordolini.
Lade Robinson's. There's Isaiah Adams.
Yeah, let's go with Adams, man. Illinois guy. Let's take Adams.
All right. 122. Your next pick is at 142. Oh, I'm sorry. Your next pick is at 122.
We taking a Boygby, then we taking our quarterback.
To move up one.
No, they want our 142 though.
Yeah,
we're not doing
guys. Yeah.
But we're going down just one slot. Yeah.
Do they have any more draft capital? Check that and see if we can counter them. Let's see if they have any higher picks. Anything? Nah, they don't have anything. Yeah, they got 177.
127.
127.
So what I would do, maybe if you wanted to pick up one and only move down one spot, maybe take away 142 and see if they'll give us 221 just for the one spot move. That'll get you another pick.
Let's do it.
Want to try it?
Yep.
They said something.
See if the one below that, they'll take the other 7th round.
Because we don't want to give up 142, I don't think.
No.
They tripping, man.
Let's see.
Oladapo is still there, Cornelius said.
All right, let's try one more option. We'll take those two off. And we give us 244. Come on now. Well,
Man, they can
hang up, slam the phone down.
They can kick rocks, man. We're gonna take our guy. Let's
You
go
want
ahead.
Boyd there?
Take your Boygby, man. Now we have 2 defensive linemen that can play inside out. Play.
All right, here we go.
Create a lot of competition on that defensive line.
Well, and you added some weapons too, bro. I think when we look back at it.
Yep. Weaponized our offense, got him some protection.
Oh. That's not
a lot of capital.
Yeah, for a 6th rounder.
But that's Green Bay, man. We're not trading with Green Bay. We're not trading with Green Bay.
Yeah, he's right. He's right, man. We're not giving them.
We're not trading with Green Bay.
We can't give him a player.
I'll trade with Green Bay. Let's see who else. I'll trade with Green Bay's mama if they give me the right offer.
Let's see who else is left, man. Let's see if we should do that. Let's see if we should do that. Let's see what players are left that we would target.
It's a good time.
We didn't get a cornerback. We didn't get a corner. That's what we didn't get.
I would consider that, man.
That's why I'm thinking about considering it right now because we didn't get a corner.
Well, let me also say this, because we are so deep at corner, we could pick up a corner for a veterans minimum in free agency.
Yep.
If I were you, I would be at this early in the draft. We're still in round 5. You could pick up a player that's much more talented. I'd be looking at the best player available right here.
Right.
Who
you think is the best? Dwayne Carter. We're gonna be too deep.
Yeah, and you got listen, Keaton Oladapo is there.
I love Keaton Oladapo.
You can never. Y'all done got away from the quarterback, man.
Well,
that's why we're thinking about that trade.
That's what we're thinking about the trade, but Milton's probably gonna go before there. But I will say this: Keaton Oladapo's there. Bo Limmer. He started out as a guard. He's a very good center. I think he was 2nd team all SEC. And
let's go back and look at the picks that we have so far.
All right.
Let's see what position we missing. Yeah, 2 wide receivers.
Because I understand you wanting to take care of the trenches, man. I get all that. But brother,
we did. We took care of the trenches.
I'm saying I understand that you're taking care of the trenches on both sides. So let's take a look at that. We took care of that. All right, we got some guys that can also help us on special teams. We picked up a safety. Did we pick up our corner?
That's what we're saying.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We were so deep at corner.
But I don't want to do no business with them Packers, man. But
well, we don't have to. We can still pick. I mean, we can pick whoever we want to.
No, I'm saying, but I mean to pick up a couple extra picks though, so we can just keep adding the depth.
We get
was that the only trade offer?
That's the only offer, but you can create your own offer.
If it makes sense, you got to deal. You might have to deal with a ham sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Just give us opportunity to draft 2 more players.
Yeah, because what do we have as far as future picks that we could throw in to get something now to move up or grab something?
Got 2 future 6th, a 5th, 4th. 3rd. We've got 3 seconds and 2 firsts. Loaded for bear.
Oh man, we looking good. I don't even think we need any other players, man. Let's go to cornerback and see what's there. See what's there at cornerback. There's also going to be undrafted free agency as well.
I wouldn't mind, Simon, to be quite frank with you, I wouldn't mind picking up an extra running back.
We got 2 running backs.
We drafted 2.
We got 2 already.
All right, we got Bucky and who else?
We got Trey Benson, baby.
Right.
Yep. That's right.
We fine there.
You was taking your nap when we made that pick.
No, man, we're going to need you to pay attention.
Hey, Nomad in here and out the room is what I'm doing. I'm glad y'all in here taking over the show because I've been in and out of this month.
Is Darcel is not there. Keep going down. Oh, he's at corner. Cornerback.
No, this is all
another weapon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
had another weapon, man.
Best player, Taj Washington.
Taj Washington not better than Luke McCaffrey, I don't think.
Different type of player.
Yeah.
What are you trying to add?
He's a deep threat.
We don't know. We just trying to figure out who we think is the best player available.
Best player available.
Linebacker right there.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got a corner?
Hickenberg. We didn't get there's no really good corners left though.
Quentin Newsom is decent, man.
Like Quentin Newsom.
Marius Leofile, man, he's still sitting out there.
You're talking 5th round. So
Very, very
um,
versatile player, man.
at this point, we did good in free agency. We've done excellent in the draft. Add talent.
I'd say Maris Leofile or what's the guy I just said right before that?
Chat, what y'all say? What y'all say in the chat? Who do you
I
guys
like
see?
Eichenberg myself.
I'm
I
thinking
wouldn't be.
Eichenberg. But what linebacker position does he play? Would he be a middle or?
No, he played
That's what I'm
on the
thinking
on the
about.
strong
Someone.
side.
Yeah, he
Now
probably
this is what I'm thinking. So this is what I'm thinking. How big is Proctor? Not Proctor. How big is Oladipo? Go to him. Let me
Oladipo is
see.
about
He's what do we say? 6'1".
he's
You know
probably
what?
yeah.
He's 6'1".
You
Where
gotta
is
have them. You gotta have them dime nickel safeties, man.
Hmm.
yeah.
6'2", 214.
You got,
He almost a linebacker
yeah, that's what
size.
I'm saying. And he's perfect for those dime nickel
Yeah,
packages.
yeah.
So,
We
and
have him
you wouldn't
and
have to throw him in immediately. I wouldn't be mad
exactly.
if you took him.
Yeah, I think I'm
That's
gonna
a
end
good
up
pick.
taking him, man, because I think he is a really good player, man. So I
And
got
another special teams contributor.
another
Okay,
special
so
team.
before you do that, Sam, um, do we want to make an offer to try to pick up one more pick?
Let's see. Yeah, let's try it.
So we don't want to,
Wait,
but we
who
don't
though?
want.
You got to go
Yeah,
to the list now. You got to go
here.
to the
Let's see.
list.
Let's see who's picking here. Who's picking? If we move down, there's
Everybody say FGB. Nobody wants us to trade with Green Bay.
we got a couple of Buffalo picks coming up. We got a couple
Let's
of Rams picks coming up.
or
You could package some of your later picks with this pick and pick up a couple
Yeah.
more.
Ian Cunningham has a great relationship with the Eagles. Maybe we could do some business with the Eagles.
Where do they? Where are they?
159.
Yeah, but what else do they have? That's why we don't want to move too far down, so we can pick up the players we want.
You
Let's
know,
see. They got 159 and 169. You might
and
be able to give
170.
them 142 and a fifth next year.
Give them a six
Six.
next year.
Six next year. Yeah, give him a six next year.
We
So
don't
you want
hardly
to do
use our 6th-round picks anyway.
140,
Right.
169, 159, and a sixth.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
going to do it because we're in the 5th round. We got to give them.
Well, we'll go down a little further then. We don't got to take 169. They have another one underneath that.
They,
Let's see what they say.
yeah, they cursed us out. If we off from the 5th, I believe
That's
they'll
okay.
take it. Sorry. Here, let's propose going to Philly. Confirm. We'll
Well,
give
what
you
was
Yeah,
Green?
142, 159,
170.
169.
All
We'd
right,
have to fall down to 200, Keith, if we took up.
I'm gonna be nice. What was Green? I'm gonna go against my conventional theory. And what is Green Bay offering again?
Well, here's the okay.
Let's let's
Let's look
let's see
at
what.
it.
Can't
We
handle
got to
no, can't handle
see.
no
We got to
feelings.
fall down to below 200. So we want to be
Mm,
we want to be below about 180 twice. So
Yeah.
we can, if we need
right.
to pick up Milton or another backup QB, we can be there to do it.
Yeah. 200 is kind of far, man.
That's a long
Yeah. No, I
fall.
don't want to do.
Long fall. Like
Man,
those
look,
guys.
we got good free agents. We didn't picked up. We got some good
Right.
draft picks. Go get our quarterback and let's call it a day.
Yep. Let's do this.
142. We'll give you 159 and a fifth. They should say, okay, they did it. All right.
Now we just hoping that
Oladapo
he
just
just
left.
got taken. Guess who took him? You see who took him?
No, who
The
was it?
Packers.
Oh,
The
Lord.
Packers. That's who they were
All right.
trying to trade for.
Well, we still have some good players on the board,
Man.
though. Still plenty of good players on the board. Another wide receiver, a McCaffrey,
McCaffrey.
To Jay Greer's point, let me speak to this right quick.
Eichenberg.
He's saying anyone that wants Caleb over a haul like this is a moron. Let me tell you something, Jay Greer's. I think people get so tunnel vision and thinking this guy is the savior of every. There's no. I think Marvin Harrison is absolutely the best player in the draft, bar none. I think he's going to wear a gold jacket, but not even him is worth passing up a haul of this magnitude. Not
Right.
even. Not there's no one player that I ever seen that's worth passing up this kind of draft.
Nah.
But you got people out there that wants that young man that bad to where they will pass that up because again, they're short sighted. They only see right in front of them. They can't see down the road, man. And you know the whole thing, the term we've been talking about with this generational haul or whatever historical haul, you get that with this type of moves that we just made in this mock draft. So
Yep.
Leo
Folks,
Factor, we will after we get done putting this draft together and we show you guys all the picks, we'll address it.
what?
I think there's a strategy to that.
Let me see that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know that's
Go to offense real quick. Let's hurry up and get this thing done. I didn't even know that. I've been on the move today. Go to tight end. Let's see.
it's not true.
It's not true. Good. All right. Just wanted to see if someone was there. One guy from Colorado State. I can't think of his name right now. He's gone already. All right.
Mohamed Kamara.
Dalvin. His name Dalvin. Nope. All right. Yeah, man. Let's find us another offensive weapon. Go to wide receivers. Let's look at these wide receivers again. I think McCaffrey is probably the best guy left here. Another good offensive weapon.
Sure hands.
Have
Good
sure
route runner.
hands, great route runner. Yeah, let's go ahead and take McCaffrey
Here,
here, man.
let me.
We-
I'll
we
run
need
through each
weapons.
offensive, the top 6 on every, and I don't see any names that trump him. I don't think. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to run through the defense real quick?
Yep. Run through the defense.
Tyler Davis, some good DTs still there. Gabe Hall, kind of like
Oh,
Darius
I love
Robinson.
Gabe Hall. You know I love Gabe Hall.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna last that long, but
Edge rushers, these guys.
can't believe he's still there.
What's your last pick?
Washington.
No,
We
we got one more after this.
with that last pick, we're gonna take the quarterback. So
Mm-hmm.
we're just looking for one guy, the one guy that we want to take. It was gonna be Oladipo. He's
I
not
think our
there anymore.
safeties.
We're
So,
good at safety. Let's go
yeah.
ahead and let's take the wide receiver, man.
Luke McCaffrey.
Take Luke McCaffrey, take the quarterback, and let's get out of here, man. Let's
All
go.
right. Let's see. Kenny Logan Jr., Elijah Jones, Ray Davis, Nehemiah Pritchett. That's a great football name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Is this for Mr. Let's see. Let's see. I think you want
Joe Milton.
Gavin Hardison. Whoever is that?
No.
Go
Joe
ahead.
Milton. Let's look at
Hey.
his measurables. 6'5", 236. This man is built in a lab.
Do good.
And we listen, guys. We hope to have Ian Cummings, who does a lot of these player profiles on here. We hope to have him on the show sometime soon from PFN.
Mhm.
All right, Joe Milton.
Joe Milton, and let's get out of here.
All right,
Go ahead and download. Go ahead and
All right.
download. You gonna download that, Chris?
Yeah, I'll get it, and then we'll come right back up with it.
Hey, Cornelius, Dominique Hampton is a guy I'm pretty sure about. Not everybody else is always sold on him, but you know that's everybody else. That's why we all got different minds.
Yeah, I like Dominic Hampton. I like him a lot.
Listen, guys,
We got 2 safeties. We got 3 safeties this year already. We got one in free agency, and then we just picked up both safeties from Miami. So
I'll
it
guarantee
was
you
just
guys
like overkill.
this time next year we'll be talking about a player that we haven't talked about this year.
Yep.
Hey,
Some
Keith,
rookie's going to come in and do a great job. And even though what's my guy from Brigham Young, wide receiver, for the Rams, rookie
talking about Puka.
Puka Nakua was in probably 80% of my mock drafts last year.
Well,
'Cause
while
he
you
looked
while
good.
you're downloading that, Chris, Keith, you want to address some of this commentary going on in the chat about
Yeah, no, I followed him. I followed Justin on Instagram, and I just checked his profile. No, that's not true. He hasn't unfollowed the Bears, and actually, his agent, he has a very very good agent, and his agent will probably advise him not to do that because there's really no reason. They understand what's going on, and they know it's business as usual, and Justin's fine with that because he know either way he's gonna land where he wants to land and where somebody wants him. So he's okay
Mhm.
with it.
I would imagine Ryan Poles has
Has already
somehow
talked to him.
has already reassured him in some form or fashion that he's okay,
Yeah,
just
I,
for his own mental stability, because this has got to be tough on that young man. Seeing all these everybody else is talking about him, and
well,
a
he's
lot of it's not a lot of it's in a in a positive fashion. So,
he's in
uh,
Florida working out right now. So
oh,
well,
I'm sure he is.
really quick, here's another way to look at this whole thing too. You're trying to, and this is just a scenario that I can actually see being discussed and a strategy. I could see Ryan Pohl saying that, hey, we got to drive up the value of this pick. If everybody thinks that we're keeping you, that's not really doing us a whole lot of favors. But if
right,
you do a certain something like unfollow us, I could actually see that they're trying to go for they're trying to go for the juggler in this draft. And so I could see a universe where they can have that because they those two are tight. They communicate often, especially in the off season. I could see a world where that actually happens. If he did actually unfollow him on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook or something like that, man.
and right now the timing, this is too soon. If anything like that goes down, it'll be during the combine when everybody is around each other and having conversations, and then I can see them maybe pulling that card and say, okay, now we're going to do this or whatever.
Mhm.
But I don't think it would happen now. It's still too early in the game. They're just now really getting through their evals, and that's I'm talking about the Bears in terms of the offensive staff is really breaking down their film right now on him as well as the receivers. So I don't see that happening until maybe next week when they get to the combine.
Leo Factor said he just checked, said he unfollowed the Bears.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I haven't had a chance to look. All I
Yeah.
know is it would be a good idea if you are intending to really maximize the value of that pick.
It says
Yeah,
right
it
here,
drives up the price.
Justin Fields, who has over 1 million followers. Justin Fields, Chicago Bears. He's from Atlanta. Has got his foundation information up. He has not unfollowed the Bears.
And so there you go. There you go. He's sitting there looking at it on his phone in real time. I wouldn't think too much of it.
Here, man, let me just call Justin. I'll put it into him.
You know what? I'll hit his dad on X. So
Hey,
We're good.
yeah, man. Did you get the picks already?
Of course.
Let's pop that up on the screen and
I'm gonna let you do your thing, Sam. Go ahead.
remember free agency. Again, Chris, you want to run them through free agency? I think you had wrote everything down there.
Yes, sir. You picked up Mr. Lloyd Cushenberry, the center from Denver. He'll be our new starting center. We got edge rushers Jonathan Grenard and Dorrance Armstrong. We picked up safety in Julian Blackman, and we picked up a tight end in Noah Font.
Yes, sir. Then we traded down twice from 2 to 3, from 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. Ended up getting the best player in the draft, Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. Then at 9, we ended up taking the dog of an offensive tackle. This guy can play probably every position except center. And Talise Fuaga, we picked up Darius Robinson, who is moving up a lot of draft boards right now. This dude is a dog. He can play on the outside, but I really want him to play on the inside. I think he's going to be unstoppable in that position with his length and his size and his strength and his explosiveness. Really like that pickup. Cam Kitchens, another great safety at 36 from Miami. Pair him up with his boy, him and Tyreek Stevenson uh, get back together again. At 40, we take Trey Benson, the best running back in the draft from Florida State. When we got the second best tight end in the draft in Jatavius Sanders. After that, at 67, then at 68, we double up on running back and take the hometown kid, who is also a weapon on offense, and Bucky Irvin. He's going to be a fun player to watch, of course. And at 75, we double dip in the draft at safety and take the thumper from Miami and James Williams. This is a guy who's just too good to pass on. I think the Chicago Bears fandom is going to love this dude. There's also consideration, man, that I'm thinking like I think that dude can probably play linebacker in the NFL. He's
They actually have him listed as a linebacker. He's
yeah, the
definitely a
dude is
hybrid.
yeah, he's a hybrid, so he might be our replacement for our middle linebacker in the near future because he has the speed, he has the downhill ability, and we know he can play well in coverage as because he's a safety. So that's something to consider in the future for him. Then at 103, we took another Florida guy and Ricky Pearsall. That's a guy who is really good. If you guys haven't watched him, I know we didn't do anything on him when we did do the wide receivers, but great route runner, big body
Hmm.
guy. Like I think Bears fans are gonna love him too. Sure-handed, hands catching guy. Like I really like him a lot.
Nice soft hands. Yes.
Nice soft hands, big body too. Like and he can get physical. I like him a lot, man. I think he might end up going higher than
And
me.
he's actually a good blocking wide receiver too.
Yeah, he is. He's because he's a willing blocker. Yeah, that's you don't see a lot of
Right.
wide receivers that even willing to block. But yeah, he comes down hard.
And
Then at 110, we got Illinois offensive guard Isaiah Adams, who is a good player, role grader. I know he plays the run really well. I've seen him moving bodies. That's what I like to see from my offensive linemen, guys who are going to push guys around and not just hold guys up. At 122, we got a fan favorite right here. I think everyone knows him and is familiar with him. We've covered this guy twice now, and we all love this guy's size, length, and strength. And Justin Eboigbe, defensive tackle from Alabama. Then we doubled again up on the wide receiver and took another guy who was just too good to pass on, and Luke McCaffrey, great route runner, great hands. Uh, the pedigree is all there. Like this is the dude who's going to make a quarterback's job easier. And then we got our backup quarterback in Joe Milton from Tennessee. Big arm. If you haven't watched him, this dude has a cannon for an arm. Big guy, like going to be tough to bring down. I think he's a great developmental quarterback. And we picked up a first round and a second round pick for next year, so which gives us great draft capital for next year as well. So now we still own two first round picks next year, and what that'll give us three second round picks, right?
yeah,
Because we yeah,
we have Carolinas for next year too.
and our own, so we would have three second round picks. So just this is the gift that keeps on giving. That Carolina trade from last year is the gift that keeps on giving. That's what I'm calling that.
Let me
Great
note to
draft.
Jeff Page. He says he likes the draft. He's still concerned about the lack of depth on the O line. Keep in mind, we're not exactly weak at guard. We've got
Mhm.
three guards that started all during the season at one point. Uh, don't forget about Jatiri Carter. Jatiri Carter, they like him. And so I consider him a good depth piece along with Davis and Jenkins. Of course, Jenkins' health, but we did pick up Isaiah Adams and Talise Fuaga. It gives you that gives us a nice little depth at line now.
Mhm.
A nice depth at line. May have to pick up a backup center somewhere, but hey,
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's the one position we're missing is probably the backup center. But everywhere else, I think we're good on offensive line because Talise Fuaga can play up and down the offensive line. Our like Chris said, our guards were solid last year. They just have to stay healthy. When healthy, both of those guys played well. And Tevin and Nate Davis. Uh,
and remember, Nate Davis lost his mother during training camp, y'all.
exactly,
That
exactly.
that that has a long term effect on that guy's
Yeah.
Hmm.
play. So
Hmm. So
that's the tough thing.
So hopefully he comes back next year with a peace of mind and he's playing a lot better and seeing things a lot clearer. But I think we have good depth on our offensive line with the two pieces we've added here. And Braxton Jones, I'm not completely done with Braxton Jones, man. I think
Neither am I.
Braxton, yeah, at the very least, he's going to be a swing tackle. But I think he's a starter in this league. He's proven that he's only going to get stronger. He's only going to get better. He has above average athleticism for the position. It's just that anchor strength. And once he gets that in his hand position, and once he gets that down, like he's gonna be and all he can be a Pro Bowl caliber offensive tackle, man. Just give him time to develop. We got to consider the fact that he came from HBCU. He was a fifth round pick, man, and the guy has been our starting offensive line for the last 2 years, man. So we'll give him some more time to develop.
How about this, Chris? Let's give him a quick station identification, and we'll put a bow on this thing. If you don't mind.
Best Chicago Bears content anywhere. Catch Nomad live pregame 1 hour prior to kickoff, and Nomad at night postgame, and every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Central on all the most popular streaming platforms, and only on the Nomad Network.
That's right, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button. I think I got to start saying that more. Share the content, get it out there. And somebody,
Please.
I think Tim Bears told me in here earlier today, there's a lot of people out here biting our style. I'm noticing it every day too, bro. Trust me. They're taking our themes, show titles, some of the way we do the artwork on here, man, some of the things we do. But that's imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. I'm not going to, if somebody starts getting too carried away and copying stuff, bit for bit, then I might have to say something. But, that just tells me we're on the right track and we're doing the right thing as a network. And having Doug Plank come on here and to tell us, that, hey, man, the themes of the show and what you guys are talking about is A1 spot on. This is telling me that we're on the right track. So, I could take a little bit of that imitation out there, man, because we're still one of the new guys on the block, man, but you got to help us get to where we need to be. And, getting us over 1,000, you've done that. Now we need to keep pushing for another goal. Let's get it to the next 1,000. Start creating those email accounts, man. Start giving us extra subs. Y'all think I was being silly when I said that. No, I meant every word of that. If you really want to see us get to where we want to get to, push and go extra to help us get there. Create some extra email accounts. Give us some extra subs. Tell people that that really may not have a stake in the game and really may not care about the content. Do me a favor. Go sub to these people's these dudes' content. To their network, man. These dudes are good and it's gonna help them along their way. So you guys can help us a whole lot more. You've done enough for us, but you can definitely help us a little bit more down the line if you wanted to. But let's go around the horn and let's talk about, just give some shout outs and talk about what you did, Sam.
Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody in the chat for rocking with us on another Mock Mondays. J2K, still waiting on you, baby. Get in here. Hopefully next week works out for you. I think we did a lot of good for the Bears today, though, man. If you look at this draft and what we did in free agency, that's a great team. With Justin Fields at the quarterback position, man, we got him some weapons. We got the defense humming. That rotation on the defensive line is going to be sick. You see all of the guys we got in the for the defensive line in free agency and in the draft. So, hey, that's a good team, man. That's a playoff caliber team, and hopefully everything plays out just like this.
Go ahead, Chris.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you guys in the chat. Jeff Page, man, thanks. Keep bragging on us to the YouTubers, man. I appreciate that. All you guys, we try to bring you guys the best content, and it's only going to get better. So we do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe, like, and share button, and turn on your notifications. And I want to say I'm a little mad. Samo got the good trade. I didn't have that trade available when I did mine. So I will be probably getting off of here and doing my first mock draft. Hey, I'm going to have 39 picks, I'll tell you right now. Well, listen, man. Yes, sir. Look, this has been a fun day. We had a lot of good content. Hey, love you guys on the panel. Even you, Nomad. I love you too, brother. So listen, we're going to keep bearing down, And hey, thanks for being here with us.
Go ahead, Keith.
Same with me. I just want to thank everybody once again for chiming in on the chat. Following us every day during the day as well as when we jump in the evening as well. Man, I'm mad too because I didn't get. I was looking for the Atlanta trade when I did my mock draft. So hopefully, I might have to do another one too just to see what I can do with that. But I hope everyone had a chance to see what we've been talking about for the last few days about what a historical haul really looks like. It's not what you can get from one team. It's what you can do with the different picks and the position of the picks. And you got a lot of people out here right now that needs a quarterback. So what are you willing to pay for the pick? Because the pick is for sale. But other than that, thank you again. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. And hey, Nomad, my man, thank you again. Samo, you ain't so bad after all, man. No. And Chris, my man, appreciate you. Until next time, y'all.
Hey, you know what, man? I think we don't do these exercises, these mock exercises, and go into franchise mode to really it's fun to do, man. We absolutely enjoy doing it. But I think me and my mind and why I like to emphasize it. And it's actually Samo's theme for this show doing that mock draft Monday. This is all him. But I love it because I think it's really um, it's creating the mindset of instead of being so wrapped up into what one player can do for your team, you get the exercise of seeing on a regular basis what multiple picks can do for your team. And when you're in a team building mode that they are in, I mean, the realities of it is just real simple, man. It's just how many times as a GM are you going to ever have an opportunity of this magnitude?
Right.
You think one player is worth what you just saw this man draft on this team. I mean, that could literally happen. That can literally happen. It could be a 1 to 2, and then wow, you saw what happened after that. And so I think the more we do it, I think the more we condition everybody's minds that all this stuff about you can't pass up quarterback 2 years in a row. All that stuff is just what people that's sitting behind desks and write stories and articles want to talk about. They
Hey,
want they want to spin that narrative and craft that narrative. It's not the reality of the situation. He's a team builder. He came here to build a team, to build a championship
yes.
roster, and the opportunity is too great as of right now. You know what I mean? As of right now, you cannot pass what these opportunities appear to be. We haven't seen any trade offers. We haven't even heard about one. But as soon as they start coming out, the wheels will start turning, and then people will start really getting it. What you can actually get from this. So, it's a hell of a situation. I don't know what that whole thing is about Justin unfollowing the Bears. I think even if that happened, I think it'd be something behind that other than what we probably think, like strategy or something. But
You
that's
know, and not to cut you off, no man, but one other thing. I know this is mock draft Monday, but Samo, I got to give you your flowers, man, because the start of the show, your free agency, I like that strategy, man. I
Yeah,
like what you did with that. So let me give you your flowers on that
appreciate it.
too, man. Let me
Appreciate
give
it.
you some
Appreciate it.
flowers on that. Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah, man. I think swinging. I think it's the most valuable. Just to your point, I think it's the most valuable, the highest. It's got the most value in it by position. If you look at all the position groups in free agency, I think that's to me, in my opinion, I think it's the most stacked position. And so
Mm-hmm.
it just wouldn't do you bad to go in there and snatch two pieces out of there. Maybe if it's mid tier, you can get the same one guy's production. You can get
Mm-hmm.
that out of two guys so I just
Yep.
think it's a hell of an idea. That's probably what I would do, but it's a good chance that those rumors about Daniil Hunter probably ain't far off. I think they probably would like to get a guy like him, but we'll see
Oh
what they
yeah.
do, man. We will see what they do.
Hey man, a shout out to Nick too, man. I didn't want to forget about that doodle in the back handling the chat, helping and producing, man.
Hey, that's
Yes,
right, man.
sir.
Shout out to the dude, man.
The dude. How did I do, Doodle? The dude. The dude is he's extremely
As
critical.
always.
There he
Don't
is.
All right.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We 10 minutes over time, man. We supposed to get in an hour and a half and get out, man. But it was worth doing it, man. But before we get out of here, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that showed up for the show. whether you're watching it live, in the chat, communicating with us right now, or whether you're on audio stream, man. Chris, why are you constantly stepping on me, man? I'm trying to finish this up. But with those words, I'd just like to leave you with this before we get out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.
Peace. Bear down.
Yes, sir. Bear down.